Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. So we're back with Hot Legs, aka Frazer Clarke, for part 2. Good spar. I've just seen you spar. We don't spill secrets. But what I will say, that was a good spar. You're very aggressive, and we saw some nice counter punches in there. I'll just leave it as that.
Good work. Good fighter. Ex-Italian international. Guido boxes out of America. He's got a 10 rounder coming in a couple of weeks, so just good to get some work in, competitive work. There's no soft sparring. You need competitive sparring. That's what we got. I enjoyed it. Lots to practice on still, lots to work on, but we're going in the right direction, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Can you talk to me a little bit about sparring? You said kind of like all at it sparring, no soft sparring. Do you do like different types of sparring where it could be technical one day and then, like you said, it's all out the other day?
Yeah, that's a lie. It's not always like that's a very open, very competitive spar. Sometimes we do a lot of learning in there sparring. Me and Richard, some of the other heavyweights. Like if you get like not a lesser heavyweight, but if you get someone who, it's hard to get bodies. If you get a body in here that you can't. I'm not going to take liberties. You know what I mean? I'm gonna learn. So. You can learn from anyone in front of you. Anyone throwing shots at you can learn from. There's no need to always, obviously. I don't take liberties with people. Do you know what I mean? I'm not about that. I just try and learn, and then when I need to step it up and we have to go hard and try and replicate a fight as well as we can, and do that as well.
You kind of like touched on something there where you said, we're not going to take the piss with people that we get in the gym. You already mentioned it's hard enough getting opponents. I take it that kind of like backfills into the gym when it comes to sparring. Talk to us about making sure that you can have those sparring partners and keep that flow going in and out the gym where you've got those regular sparring partners.
It's difficult, isn't it? You know why? Because everyone takes this sport different levels of seriousness. You know what I mean? But for me, this is my everything. Do you know what I mean? So I need them sparring partners, and if they're not serious and they're not about it, it's a godsend. We've got Jay Allen, who he sorts of sparring out. He's got a nice contact list, and he's calling everyone. Do you know what I mean? The thing is, I'm never, like I said, never take the piss. I pay the expenses. If a spar has to come from London, Manchester, Liverpool, I'll put your diesel in your car for you. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, you should want to come and learn. Do you know what I mean? I'm not at a level yet where I can give you thousands and thousands of pounds, but it's not just beneficial for me because I know I'm a good heavyweight, and it's beneficial for everyone. So. Yeah, it's difficult, but like you say, there's some people don't take it seriously, and you have last-minute letdowns. People don't turn up, and it's just frustrating because they don't realise this is my job. It's serious business. You know what I mean?
And that's what I mean, because you've got a fight in 2 weeks' time. You want to make sure that you get enough practice, because this is what sparring is, practice to make those results permanent. So how do you deal with those frustrations? I mean, it's kind of like it's last minute now. We're coming up to the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we find a way. We always find a way. That's a good thing in this gym. We're very versatile. No problem, we can do something else. But it is frustrating, when you have things planned out and it don't go to plan. We like planning stuff. We like to plan the camp. We understand that things can chop and change, and we have to make do with that. But it is frustrating, yeah.
We can move on from that, and what I want to talk about is the kind of like the tutelage that you're having under Angel Fernandez. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've always liked Angel. I like his training style. But he's a trainer that comes under a lot of fire from the public. And I know that kind of like you, and I will say you're one that will like back him up and kind of like say, hold on a minute, that's my trainer that's done that. Why do you feel like there's a constant like, I don't know, the eyes are on him, the kind of microscopes on him a little bit?
Listen, he's part of this gym, so I'm going to back him. I'll back anyone in this gym. Whether they're in the right or in the wrong, you're my people, so I'm backing you. It's that simple, do you know what I mean? But why he comes under scrutiny? Simple, because he trained Anthony Joshua for his Usyk fight. Other than that, if he didn't do that, who would give a shit? No one. But when you're in the media spotlight, everyone likes to have an opinion. Simple as that, really. People have opinions about me, Richard, Angel, Kieran, AJ. It's part and parcel of the job now. We have to grow thick skin. But yeah, everyone's got an opinion. Doesn't really matter, does it? You know what I mean? No one really knows. We can all learn. No one's really got all the answers of it. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoy training with Angel. I feel like I'm learning stuff. As you can see, he's constantly trying to drill things into me. Lots of drills and drills and drills. Progression. Work. it's really good stuff, you know. And I won't have anyone telling any different. There's a lot of people, like I say, opinions. We've all got them. I've got them about people. They've got them about us. It's just the way it is.
I like that. But you've come from a background, I'd say, from the GB squad, a lot of coaches, getting you ready to be an Olympian. What made Angel the right fit for you in the pro game? What was it? You could have had any trainer in the world. You think about it, you're an Olympic medalist. What was it that made you choose him?
I sort of fell into here, but when I seen, remember, I've trained with a lot of experienced coaches and a lot of good coaches, and they've all been very, very regimented, and they've been in the game for a long time. When I came here and seen his youth and his enthusiasm, it sort of sparked something in which I needed, because I wasn't losing love for the sport, but I think I went a bit stale. So I needed I needed a little bit of a rocket up my arse. Do you know what I mean? And I think he gave me that. His youth, his enthusiasm. Every 2 minutes on the WhatsApp, sending me documentaries to watch. Watch this fighter. And I enjoyed it. I thought, this guy's passionate about what he does. So there's that. And listen, he's a progressive coach. I'm a progressive fighter. Let's build together. Do you know what I mean? People can say, oh, you should have an experienced coach. This and that. Says who? Do you know what I mean?
I like that. And the fact that you said, you kind of like both together, progressive trainer, progressive fighter, and that works quite well together. You're prepared to give him a chance. But what is it, like you said, he's meticulous, he's somebody that's on you. You mentioned that you kind of went stale, or you felt as if he was going stale. How did that come about?
I've been boxing since I was 11 years old. A long time. And then for the last 10 years, before last year, I was travelling the world. Up and down, shithole after shithole, hard fight after hard fight.
It's not that glamorous then?
No, I said, no way. No way, the glamorous. Honestly, we'll do another interview where I tell you about the places I've been. My God.
Wow.
There's no 5-star hotels here.
Okay.
Sometimes not even a 2-star. Do you know what I mean? So it's not all it's cracked up to be, but it's good learning. It's a good apprenticeship. So yeah, I've had my hard times. When I go to these pro shows now and they put me in a nice hotel, it's never been done. It's all new. It's lovely to wake up and have a nice normal breakfast. It's lovely, to have a bed, to have sort of TV, Wi-Fi, warm water. I'm not joking. I've been to the shitholes of the world, and it makes you appreciate everything. I appreciate this gym. I appreciate Loughborough University. I appreciate the level I'm at and where I'm competing at, because it's been difficult. I've never had it.
It's quite interesting that you say that. So when you, like you said, you mentioned that word stale. What was it that you felt that you was going stale with? Like you said,
there's a lot of repetitive stuff which you need, but I didn't feel like I was probably stopped learning. Probably started thinking I was too big for my boots, and honestly, probably not listening because you get to this level, you win your Olympic medal, you think I've done this, everything. You couldn't be more wrong. You have to humble yourself, and you have to go back to the ground zero and start learning again. You're never too big or too good to learn. Even the heavyweight champions of the world should still be learning, and I imagine they are, if they listen to the right people. That's the way it is. We can always learn.
When did that moment of realization kick in that you were, like you said, you might have been getting a bit too big for your boots? What was it that kind of like clicked in your head to say, you know what?
Just when probably, just looking at myself. When I actually watch my Olympic bouts back, I often agree with people when they say, "Well, you didn't look great in the Olympics." I didn't. I did what I had to do to win. That was what I did in the Olympics. Desperation, getting a medal. Do at any cost, get a medal. I wasn't bothered about looking $1 million. I was bothered about getting my hand raised. I couldn't give a shit how I looked. The most negative start in the world. Grab and hold, hit and hold, whatever. Get them. My aim was to get my hand raised. Got a bronze medal. It is what it is. But that was the goal. But then it was like, you know what? I had to learn for a while. It's time to start learning again, and I've done that with Angel. Definitely, as you see after sparring, then we're not practicing 7-punch combos, rolling, slipping. We're practicing stepping forward with a jab, hand position, stepping forward with the 1-2, and rotating and punching properly. It's just repetitive basics.
But those repetitive basics build those foundations that will carry you into those championships rounds where you will eventually end up. That ambition, then, that drive, because I must have had it in my head that the Olympics was this glamorous thing, and you were going to these 5-star
No,
hotels.
Olympics is good. Olympics is good. You know, like Olympics, Commonwealth Games, World Championships. They're good. But the other tournaments, low budget, man. People, you know, you go into. This is no disrespect to these countries. You know, harsh parts of Kazakhstan, Romania, Uzbekistan, um, Russia, where it's freezing cold and no one even likes you. You know, you go to all these places. It's not what you think it is. You know, you fly economy. You fly. If it's you fly two different flights to get somewhere. You lug in luggage around through train stations, through tube stations. You're waiting hours because it's cheaper to get different flights. You know what I mean? It's like it's a slog. Mentally, it's hard.
You know, that's educated me because that's something I didn't know. So forgive my ignorance. But you've kind of this is the step up. This is the price. So I think the first time we spoke, you said, "I've done my bit for my country." I remember you saying that, and I didn't get it. But explaining all of that now, it makes perfect sense.
100%. Listen. I say this: everything I get now, I deserve already. I already deserve what I'm getting because I've done the hardships, I've done the hard times, I've done the years with no money. I've done the years fighting monsters for pennies. I've done that. Now I fight bin men for a bit more money.
Oh, behave. I saw you put up that thing on Instagram with the question mark yesterday on who's next.
Yeah, you know,
the way you feed into it is.
Yeah, you got. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's fighting shit people. He's fighting bin men. Couldn't give a fuck. Couldn't give a fuck getting paid. Do you know what I mean?
Somebody told me that apparently Muhammad Ali dragged somebody. One of his opponents was literally a bin man off the street. You know, when they were building him. Muhammad Ali? No, Mike Tyson. I think one of his opponents was literally somebody they dragged off the street.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. Yeah, if you look at everyone, every prospect heavyweight in the last how many years, apart from Joe Joyce has changed the mould because he's an Olympic medalist and he fought everyone. He went in at a high level and started going through people. People think, oh, that's how you have to do it. That's how he has to do it. I'll do it my way. Do you know what I mean? Do it my way. I don't give a shit what people say, what people think. Let me get paid. Let me develop. I'll do it my way. I don't give a shit what any of you lot say. In fact, now and then I do give a shit. It riles me up now and then. I feel like going finding you and beating you. But, yeah, you know, like I say, we've got to grow the thick skin because it comes with the territory, you know.
And it's only going to get worse. Joel Joyce then, you know, somebody that you've shared the ring with before. How do you see something like that coming together in the future? I know he's sort of not hanging on Fury's coattails or Usyk, but he's in the mix with those guys now. When do you see you two putting it in the mix?
Nah, Joe Joyce, a proper bad boy, man. Serious fire. Wish him all the best. Do I see it? I'd like it. You know, realistically, he's light years away at the minute. Do you know what I mean? He's doing all the right things. He's knocking on the door for the big boys. Usyk, Fury, Joshua, Wilder. He's at the top of the tree. So in my head, it'd be great, and in everyone that's seen us fight beforehand, it'd be lovely fantasy. But the reality is, I'm leaps and bounds behind it at the minute. You know, I'm just trying to close that gap, which is going to take a few years, a bit of time.
I rate your honesty, and that's something I will say about you that has never changed. You've remained consistent with that. I'm just seeing how far the boys are warming up. One more question I think I'm going to speak to you about is the young heavyweight Moses Ituma.
Yeah.
A new signing that literally has taken the internet by storm. You know, when you came through and they really promoted you, Queensbury doing the exact same thing for this young sensation. I've heard he's good, but what I will say, is there any dangers of really promoting someone and then before they've even had one fight? And that's just me as a fan sitting there thinking, hold on a minute, is he really going to be this superstar?
Well, you can only go off what he's done, and what he's done is fantastic, unbelievable achievements. Youth world champion, youth European champion, all the national titles. You have to applaud that first and foremost. So he deserves accolades, and he deserves where he's at. He deserves to be promoted in the way which he's been promoted. And like you said, it is a sensation. You know, he's very good for his age to be doing what he's doing. It's frightening, you know. Unbelievable talent. The next few years are crucial for him. I think, if I'm honest, you know, you hear a lot about different promoters. He might be in a good place because, you know, you look at the job that Frank Warren's done with young heavyweights over the years. Fantastic. So I wish him all the best. He's a massive talent.
I know you're kind of like new in the professional side, but you're experienced as a boxer nonetheless. What advice would you give to somebody like him that's coming through now as they embark on their professional career?
Yeah, I think he's got to take his time. He's got to mature. Not as a boxer, because I imagine he's doing that anyway. He's in the ring with good people, sparring good people. As a person, he's got to understand the game. He's got to understand money and how to deal with having money. Stay healthy. Stay away from everything bad. He looks switched on anyway. You don't you don't do the things he does as an amateur without having something between your ears. Do you know what I mean? So I'd just say keep your circle very small, because he's gonna have a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon because he's very good. He's fucking fantastic. He makes people like myself look like a fucking terrible. That's how good he is. He's very good. He's very good, very exciting. He can whack with both hands. He's got lovely skills, lovely movements. But he's gonna have to take his time, and hopefully, I think I know he'll be good because he's still young and he's getting a lot better as he gets maturer and older. He's gonna be fantastic.
Frazer, as per usual, it is a pleasure. As the session's about to start behind us, we'll bring this to an end, but I shall see you fight week.
A couple of weeks here, yeah.
And thank you very much for being a guest on
Always
October
a
Red
pleasure.
Boxing.
Never, always a pleasure.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.